It's awkward.
It's Tuesday.
It's Brooke and Jubal's Awkward Tuesday phone call.
Apples have caused a lot of problems in this world. Most famously, maybe the story of Adam and Eve.
Oh, thank
and
you.
how they got together in the secret garden and picked a bunch of apples to make an apple pie. And then Adam accidentally substituted salt for the sugar, making the apple pie taste terrible. And they got in a huge fight. And that's the reason that men and women are different today. All because of that apple pie in the secret garden.
God, men always screwing it up.
And now we have another apple story that is causing a lot of controversy. And it's time to do an Awkward Tuesday phone call about it. What's up, Melissa?
Hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad it didn't involve any other fruit because we're obviously experts on apples. So
Good. I'm so glad that I came to the right place then.
You did.
Yeah.
There's only one problem that we are equipped to handle on this show, and that is apple problems. Your email just said that you're having a problem with your neighbor and some apples, and I didn't really understand the whole thing, so why don't you tell me what you want to do with your Awkward Tuesday phone call today?
So a little background. I planted this apple tree when I bought the house 10 years ago.
Okay.
From a seedling. I've grown it. The apples are amazing. I love them. I use them for pies. I give them away to friends, things like that. And all of a sudden, I started noticing that a lot more of my apples were gone. They weren't on the ground or anything. They were just gone.
okay, and I mean, when you say a lot, I assume you're not counting the apples on your tree and keeping track of like one or two.
I'm not crazy. I've noticed a significant portion of them are no longer on the tree.
So your apples are disappearing.
The mysterious disappearing apple.
Sounds like a children's book.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Right. So after I started noticing all of these apples were disappearing, I decided to set up a camera in my front yard
Whoa.
to try and figure out if there's animals eating them or neighborhood kids, whatever.
You're passionate about this apple
Oh my
tree.
God.
10 years
And you
you've been
swear
growing
to God you're not a 75-year-old grandma calling into the show that just sounds really young.
I promise I'm not. I really love this tree. I grew it from a seed right after I bought my new house.
Yeah, it's
And
symbolic.
this is just really upsetting to me.
Okay.
So what did your camera find?
So after a few days, I went back to look at the footage and figured out that it's my next door neighbor.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
Really?
Are you guys friends?
We have a really good relationship.
Okay.
We chit-chat, we talk, we're really friendly. He's a really nice guy.
And this jerk has the nerve
I would say
to
audacity.
steal apples from your apple tree.
All right, I know that it sounds completely nuts, but, like I said, I grew them from seed. They're like my babies. I don't have any kids.
You make pies out of your babies?
Oh, God.
You psycho! What's wrong with you?
Oh my God. I mean, I get it. I'd feel a little pissed off and violated too if somebody was coming onto my property and taking something that I've worked hard to make nice.
Yeah.
Every single time he leaves his house or comes home, he takes a couple apples.
Every time?
Apple.
Every time.
Wow,
Okay, wait.
that is a lot of apples.
But are you so upset because he's not asking you for them or because you're like really missing these apples in your life?
I'm more upset that he just never even talked to me about it. If he had just said, hey, your apples look really good, they taste great, can I have a few? I would have had no problem with that.
You'd be okay with
The
that.
fact is he's stealing them.
Yeah, he's actually stealing them from your property, I guess.
He is, and every time we talk, he acts like there's nothing happening. It's just totally normal.
Oh.
But it gets worse from there.
Oh, it does.
I put up a sign in the front yard that says, please don't take the apples.
Oh.
So you
Okay.
hit the passive-aggressive route instead of just approaching him about it.
I was trying to be nice and not embarrass him
Sure, yeah.
or, go completely nuts and look like a crazy person who's upset over her apples.
Okay.
So did he listen to the sign and stop taking the apples? I'm guessing not because you want to do an Awkward Tuesday phone call today.
He didn't. The sign did nothing to deter him. He read my sign, he grabbed an apple, and he started eating it. Right in front of my sign, right in front of my camera, right in front of my face.
The disrespect.
Wow.
I mean, is there any way that maybe he thinks that it's okay, like because you've given him lots of apples?
But there's a sign.
I know.
She's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
All he had to do was come and ask.
All right.
And instead, he's trying to make me crazy. Well, I don't know what to say.
I don't know
Okay.
either, but What do you want to tell him today in your Awkward Tuesday phone call? You just want to tell him that you know it's him?
I really don't want to hurt his feelings, and I don't want to embarrass him. Just, I know that this can't continue this way, and we need to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how to go about it without, like I said, hurting his feelings or embarrassing him or getting overly upset.
Well, I think when you first get him on the phone, you need to just say, hey, I've been filming you without you knowing it. And just see where it goes from there.
Speaking of awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, well, how about this? We'll play a song, come back, give you some advice, and then you can call and yell at your neighbor, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll do it right after this. Hang on.
It's awkward.
It's Tuesday.
It's Brooke and Jubal's Awkward Tuesday phone call.
We are about to catch a master criminal. If you're just tuning in for today's Awkward Tuesday phone call, Melissa is on the phone, and Melissa has discovered that her neighbor Frank has been stealing apples from her apple tree.
Oh, no.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but she said she's been growing this thing for 10 years. And she's very passionate about her apples.
Yes.
And apparently her neighbor has been taking a ton of apples from her tree. She even put up a sign asking people not to take the apples. And he actually stood there, grabbed an apple, took a bite of it while reading the sign. And she knows that he did that because she's been videotaping her apple tree for the last couple weeks and actually viewed him taking the apples. Melissa, are you about ready to get him on the phone and confront him?
I'm not good with confrontation. I really don't want to cause problems. I just need to try and talk to him.
Okay. I have a hard time believing that over apples, he's going to get, heated at you.
I don't know. Maybe he stands his ground.
I mean, I could be wrong. He could be like, yeah, hey, these apples are in the world. It's my property, too. Get off my back. Are you ready to call him?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready to do this.
Okay.
All right. I'm dialing his phone number right now, and then you can make your Awkward Tuesday phone call, and we'll jump in to help you when we think you need it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. I'm dialing now. You good?
I'm good.
Okay,
Okay.
put your big girl panties on. You got this.
Good luck.
Hello.
Hi, Frank. This is Melissa from next door.
Oh, hi, Melissa. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
Everything's good with work and everything?
Yeah, things are fine. What can I do for you?
So there's something I have a really hard time talking about this, but can I just have a minute with you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. Well, I've noticed lately that there have been some apples missing from my tree in the front yard. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the one that has apples. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was just wondering if you had noticed any sketchy characters hanging around in the neighborhood lately that might have been taking some of my apples.
No, not that I can recall. I'm not really looking for them.
You're sure? Because, there's a lot missing, like a whole lot of them missing. Bushels, even.
I mean, apples eventually fall off the tree on their own, right? Are they maybe on your lawn?
Well, see, you would think that, but there's none there. They're just gone. I just really thought maybe you would have seen something, since you live right next door, so...
No, I'm sorry. I haven't been keeping an eye on your apple tree.
That is a gosh darn flippin' lie, Frank, and you know it.
What was that?
That was me saying that's enough of you stealing my apples, Frank. Gosh darn it.
Melissa, are you okay?
Do I sound like I'm okay, Frank? Do I?
No, it sounds like you're freaking out over apples.
My apples, Frank. They're my apples. I grew them. I made them what they are, and you're stealing them from me.
Look, Melissa, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you have no idea, Frank? You have no idea? Well, guess who does have an idea? My camera, Frank. I put in a camera. I know it's you. I watched you. I've watched you every day, you dirty apple stealer.
What are you talking about?
I put video cameras up, Frank. They're outside. They watch you. They watch you steal my apples. They watch you read my sign and eat my apples in my yard. And then they watch you take them off to work or take them back in your house like it's nothing. They're nothing to you, Frank.
They're apples.
They're my apples, you jerkwad. You have violated my trust, and you ignored my signs, and you keep taking my apples. They're my apples, gosh darn it.
Melissa, I didn't think that your sign was meant for me. You and I are friends.
Can't you read, Frank? The sign says, don't take the apples. It even
I'm not
says,
gonna...
please.
Okay, so yeah, I grab a few apples that fall on my side of the lawn, but it's not like I'm stealing your apples.
I watched you pick it. I watched you with your greedy, grubby apple hands picking my apples. You picked it, you apple picker.
All right, fine. You caught me. I took a few of your friggin' apples. They're apples.
They grew from my tree that
Apples.
I planted.
They're apples.
They're more than just apples, Frank. Those apples are my life.
Awkward.
Oh, my goodness.
Got serious.
That escalated
Yeah.
quickly.
What the hell is going on?
Hey, what's up, Frank?
Hey,
How are you?
Frank.
This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, my God.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we are a radio show. It's called Brook and Jubal in the Morning. We do a segment called the Awkward Tuesday Phone Call. And Melissa wanted to use this segment today to call you and tell you to stop stealing her apples. Melissa, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Melissa, you need to take a deep breath, honey.
I still don't really understand what's going on. You're a radio show,
Yes.
and Melissa hired you to... Sorry, what's going on? This is a joke, right? You're joking?
No, Frank, this is no setup.
Don't you dare call my apples a joke.
Melissa, do me a favor. Breathe for 1 second. I'm going to talk to Frank. Collect yourself.
No, that man is a liar.
Oh, it's okay.
I know he is.
No.
I can't.
We'll talk to him about his lying real quick, get you an answer, okay?
I already know the answer. He's evil.
No.
He's not evil.
Hey,
Melissa.
Frank. So Melissa emailed us because she wanted to call you on the air to say that she knows you've been taking her apples. She actually set up video surveillance because she was wondering who had been stealing them, and she wanted to tell you to stop and maybe just ask her, and she would give you an apple. But apparently she's really mad that you lied to her.
You know, Melissa, you could have just asked me to stop instead of acting like a nightmare about it.
I was trying to be polite. Clearly, you don't know anything about being polite.
Oh.
Like, is this really happening? Did I just get called out for taking a few apples?
I mean, the thing is, Frank, like if you had a rose bush that you put a lot of effort into growing these perfect roses and you found out somebody was picking them out of your yard, you'd probably be upset too.
I mean, I guess, but I'd probably just talk to them about it rather than going all Mission Impossible with the cameras and, you know, called them a liar and screamed at them.
No,
And...
Frank, you did lie. You lied. I tried to be nice and ask you, and you lied. You liar.
Well, you caught me. I mean, I thought, you know, since we're neighbors, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, you know, since the apples are just on the shared
But
lawn.
they're my
you know,
apples. You
Oh.
Did that just come out of her mouth?
Wow.
I'm
Melissa.
sorry. That I crossed the line. That was not appropriate.
That was
Whoa,
intense,
Melissa.
though.
Yeah.
I kind of like that side of you a little bit
Yeah.
for some reason.
Where'd that come from?
I don't talk like that. I where that came from. I am so sorry.
That's all right, Melissa. We got a beep
Whatever.
button. We can beep it out.
Channel that fury, girl.
I know. I'm sorry, but you know, these apples mean a lot to me, and golly, I just get so upset.
Did you just go from that to golly? That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Hey, Frank, will you stop taking her apples? It sounds like it's very important to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I really underestimated how much she cared about her apples.
Oh my God.
Look, Melissa, I certainly didn't mean to make you this upset, so how about I stop taking the apples and you can remove your little sign?
Gosh, Frank, I don't mind you having apples. I just want you to ask me nicely.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's just about being polite, Frank, and asking for the apples.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go near that tree again.
I would advise you of the same thing. Well, I'm glad you got everything sorted out with your apples, Melissa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. It says, I wish I was half as passionate about anything as that woman is about her apples.
Yeah.
I agree. If you don't know what I'm talking about today's Awkward Tuesday phone call. Melissa wanted to call her neighbor Frank. He's been taking her apples, and she had proof because she set up a camera and everything. She had a sign that said, stay away from the apples. And he was coming home and taking some apples. And then when she got him on the phone, he tried to lie about it, and that's when she went crazy.
Legit
I feel
crazy.
like she had a lot of pent-up stuff going on.
Yeah.
True.
And
Somebody else texted in at 78592 and said, I think she has issues more than just the apples.
Yeah.
I think that she's kind of badass,
Yep.
to be honest.
She was very nice at the end of the phone call, too.
It was crazy. She's like, you beep, beep, beep. And she's like, oh, golly. Did I
God,
say
geez,
that?
sorry about that. And then she said that he can have the apples if he just asks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said that he's never going near that apple tree again. And I think that's a very good decision.
Yep.
Remember, if you want to do an Awkward Tuesday phone call, you got an issue you want our help with, just email us. We'll give you our advice as long as you make a very awkward phone call in exchange.